Have you guys heard of the silver tsunami? This is a term that these silvers, the boomers, are expected to face this silver tsunami or this economic destruction here right now. Actually, they're facing it right now, and they are talking about it. And I don't really know how to feel about it because, yes, I know that these older folks are about to face these economic hardships, but all of us are facing these economic hardships. And many of these people are boomers, and these boomers have kept these policies going that has impacted most of us. And many of us, my age demographic and younger, have known that we will not be able to have the same quality of life that these people were able to have, where they go to work for a certain amount of time with the same company, and with that they would be able to afford a house, they could put their kids through school, they can afford vacations, and then they expect a pension. Many of us, my age, I was actually born in 1980. We knew coming up that we wouldn't have a retirement pension, anything like that coming around. So none of us really took, put a lot of stock into it. And most of us are struggling. We talk about things like the cost of living is ridiculous compared to what they had. They kept voting for people that kept the minimum wage at 7.25. They kept voting for people who made every like deregulation a thing, that made trickle down economics a thing, that made companies people, and now CEO pay is like 300 times that of regular folks. And these people are now facing some of the things that we have been talking about. So many of us in my age demographic and younger won't be able to afford houses, but now it's biting the senior citizens in the butts now. The average age of senators right now is 64 years old. So the people who have been voted into office and being able to stay in office have enacted policies that have impacted all of us for so long. And now it's like it's literally the haves and the have nots. And these people, the boomers, are so big and they've had so long to run things, and now they're meeting the same destruction that the rest of us have been trying to pick up after for so long. So the average age of the Senate is 60, and the average age of the House of Representatives is 57. So none of these people in charge have been working for the older folks, and they have certainly not been working for us younger people. Us younger folks know and understand that nothing that we won't be able to afford the American dream. Many of us, the home ownership, we were like, our age demographic was competing with the wealthier baby boomers. And so the housing crunch is all over. Rental prices are sky high. College education, like back in the day, these people could afford to go to school and like live and eat. Now, folks, like, what can you really do? Folks are mortgaging their future just to be able to go to college and have the capacity to go to work. And now, at the exact same time as all of this, with the housing crunch, the cost of living, inflation out of control, there is also a crunch with nursing, with the medical community. These politicians in certain states have been running the medical community out of their particular states. So, this is about to be a culmination of things that are about to happen. On my page, also, I talk about did not become a hospice care kid. So these people are of the generation that were very authoritarian with their children. They were kind of overbearing when it comes to how they raised us with the disciplinarians and all of this. And so these people are about to face some real challenges as we are talking about. Yes, you can pull away from toxic parenting, that you don't have to accept this. There's going to be, it's about to really, I foresee that this tsunami is not going to be pleasant. And the nursing homes are becoming overrun. So, what is going to happen? where are things going to land? Because people that are in the sandwich age group, that would be people like me. I'm in my 40s, so I still have parents that are in their 60s, and I have kids. So this is the middle ground. But people like me still have to work. We have to work, and my generation, we're working a lot. We have to work a lot to survive, and a lot of people across the board are not thriving. And it's going to be worse for the people that are quite younger than me, like in their 20s. We're already talking about, they know that they're not going to be able to have the American dream. They just know. And so where will all of this land? I don't know, because the younger folks don't have any money for housing. They don't have the money to start families. And the older folks don't have money for housing. And middle-aged folks don't have money for housing. We're trying to figure out childcare and all of that. So it's going to be a race to the bottom. And I don't really know what to do or say about that. I was just bringing some terms to y'all that I didn't know.
Baby boomers are becoming homeless, and that's what spending decades as a pick-me for capitalism will get you, and frankly, everyone else as well. And this is exactly why, although I personally make six figures, you will never hear me shut the fuck up about this subject, because this affects our entire country and the stability of life itself in America. Thanks in part to a series of recessions, high housing costs, and a shortage of affordable housing, older adults are now the fastest growing segment of America's homeless population. This is exactly why housing costs, workers' rights, and raising the minimum wage is an absolute necessity if we want America to continue to exist. Now, the over 50 demographic represents half of the homeless single adults in the United States. That is heinous for a country that's supposed to be the richest country in the world. That's disgusting. And yes, I am pissed as fuck that the boomers spent decades of their lives voting to keep the minimum wage $7.25. It ended up biting them in the ass. Okay, I understand karma. I still don't want to see grandma standing on the corner begging for $1. If you let capitalism whisper in your ear that you're going to be a millionaire any day now, you will end up just like this. You will end up 71 years old with nowhere to live. And that's why we must come together, both sides, and fight now to improve our living conditions. Baby boomers are becoming homeless, and that's what spending...
Oh, and this is just getting started. I mean, it's even got its own nifty little name. Look at this. The Silver Tsunami. And what is the Silver Tsunami, you might ask? The Silver Tsunami refers to all of the aging boomers that are going to be of retirement age and are not going to be in the workforce. That means that they're not able to live off of anything but their retirement and Medicaid. Some estimates say that there's going to be 10,000 boomers turning 80 every single day. Every single day there's going to be 10,000 more retired people that need places to live. A lot of them are going to need assisted living with nurses to staff them. And by 2030, 73 million boomers will be of retirement age. And that doesn't mean all of them aren't going to be able to support themselves, but a lot of them are not going to be able to support themselves. And as a growing number of people need long-term care because life expectancy is getting longer and longer, that means that you're going to have more of these people staying in these places longer, meaning that there's going to be more money necessary to take care of them. And if not having enough houses was bad enough, there's a staffing shortage when it comes to nursing, especially for these people. Most nurses do not want senile old people to be sitting there yelling at them to take care of them. They don't get paid enough. They don't deserve that kind of disrespect, and they're just not for it. So not only do we have a lack of housing, we have a lack of nurses, and we have more people than ever reaching an age where they cannot take care of themselves. This is beyond an issue. And Forbes tries to frame this as an opportunity for investors, trying to say that developers will have a lot of opportunity by building retirement communities. But are we really going to trust developers to take care of us and not do it for monetary gain? I don't think so, because not only do numbers like this, where there's 31 nursing home closures between 2010 and 2019 in Washington state, places like South Dakota, nursing homes lose an average of $42 a day per person. So that's not really a lucrative business model to get into. And the only other option is the government completely subsidizing this, which then just, again, takes away from all the other issues that we have. So, like, take care of your families, set up a plan, because you're going to live a long time, and there's not really a lot of options. And as more homeless people that are over the age of 65 start creating these issues, I mean, just take care of your family, please.